Prabhas, Mohan Lal, Mohan Babu, Akshay Kumar and Sharath Kumar form the ensemble for Vishnu Manchu's dream project Kanappa. And yes, Vishnu was right. They do have more than just cameo appearances. Sharath Kumar, who plays his father, gets the most screen time, while Mohan Lal has the least. Thankfully, most of their roles are meaningful and their presence adds a layer of critical weight to the film. But the real question is, was that enough to make Kanappa a good watch? Hi, I'm Kairam Vaashi and this is The Hollywood Reporter India. From the very first announcement to every bit of the promotional campaign, Vishnu Manchu has been the face of Kanappa, and that's fair. He plays the titular role and also holds credit for the story and screenplay. But it is important to note that this film is directed by Mukesh Kumar Singh, who earlier directed Mahabharat for television, and that background really shows. Now, the story of Kanappa, or at least the legendary act, is pretty well known, thanks to older films in Kannada, Telugu, Tamil, and even Hindi. We know him as the devotee who offered both his eyes to Lord Shiva. For my generation and the ones after, those earlier films weren't experienced in theatres. So I personally was eager to see how those climactic moments would be handled on the big screen. But I had to wait nearly 2 hours for the film to move in that direction, and that honestly felt like a long wait. Vishnu Manchu, the writer, spends a lot of time fleshing out Tinna's background. Tinna is the character Vishnu Manchu plays. Tinna's bravery, his transformation from a boy born into a hunter tribe to an atheist to eventually becoming the ultimate devotee Kanappa. The name, as most of us know, comes from Kannulu, the eyes he offers to Shiva. In this journey, we are introduced to various clans, a couple of songs, some action set pieces, and a love story, the romance between Tinna and Nemili, played by Preeti Mukundan. Unfortunately, almost everything in this 2-hour stretch feels dull and uninspired, the tropes and scenes very familiar. There are only a few things that stand out. Mohan Lal's scene is one such spark, but those are too far and few in between. What's frustrating is none of these portions really build up to the emotional heart of the film, the climax. The acting feels like it belongs to a TV serial, and while clearly a lot of effort has gone into the costumes and props, very little of it feels organic or convincing on screen. I understand why New Zealand was chosen to represent 2nd century Udumuru. The visual scale is for everyone to witness. But to me, it felt slightly more alienating than immersive. That disconnect was amplified by the forced wordplay and poetic dialogues, which never landed emotionally. Akshay Kumar is Shiva, Kajal Agarwal is Parvati, and this story is rooted in the belief that everything is Shiva Leela. There are also two major Shiva Bhakts in the film. Rudra, who has already surrendered to Shiva, and Mahadeva Shastri, who tries to win over Shiva's grace. These are played by Prabhas and Mohan Babu respectively. With Rudra's entry, something shifts. Tinna's character arc and Vishnu's performance noticeably improve. Maybe it's the power of bhakti, or maybe the scenes themselves genuinely get better. But the last 50 minutes of Kanappa is where I finally sat up a bit straighter in my seat. This is the part of the film we came to watch, the emotional and spiritual climax we know from the lore. This is where the film finally finds its footing, even managing to override some of the CGI distractions. Vijay Prakash and Shankar Mahadevan's vocals help a lot in elevating these moments. Speaking of music, Stephen Devassy's songs bring a fresh sound. It's a shame that the surrounding narrative didn't support these songs enough. With a tighter screenplay, these songs could have had a much bigger impact. That said, special shout out to lyricists Ramajogayya Shastri, Srimani and Ashok Deva. They remind us once again why Telugu is such a poetic and mellifluous language. Honestly, lyrical beauty is one of the few consistent joys the film offered. So, the THR bottom line is, for Kanappa, unadulterated bhakti might have been enough. But sadly, the film needed a little more than just that. For more reviews like this, subscribe to The Hollywood Reporter India.